Well, Tropics fans, you can at least say we tried Sunday to get the home opener in, but Mother Nature had other ideas. And after about 21 minutes of soccer, the rains came and the thunder and lightning came and washed away what would have been opening night for the UPSL Florida Tropics, presented by Bond Clinic. So we will try it again this Saturday at Lake Myrtle Sports Complex in Auburndale, and it should be a lot of fun because it will be the first ever meeting between the Tropics and what is now a Polk County rival, Winter Haven United FC. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little while. Joined today by Gerritson Craane. I think it's his first time with us on Tropics Weekly, so we're excited about that. He's a regular for the Tropics outdoor team. He was there in 2019 in the spring, of course, as a key player when they won the national championship, and back now for second season. So Gerritson, or G as they like to call you,
G, yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. And first of all, I guess give us a little history and maybe geography lesson, because you were born in Bonaire, which as we were discussing before we started filming, is actually very Southern Caribbean. So give us a little bit about where you're from and how you ended up here in the States.
Yeah, so my senior year of high school, I got the opportunity to come here, but where I'm from is called Bonaire. It's a place off the coast of Venezuela, and it's called the ABC Islands. So you have Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire together. And we were all part of the Dutch colony, the Netherlands Antilles. So yeah, I was born there, stayed there for 17 years, and came here when I was 17. So.
And I'm assuming, like a lot of Caribbean nations, soccer was kind of the sport, is that right?
Yeah, soccer was pretty much the main sport on the island, and you had baseball, windsurfing, and a lot of water sports also.
Right. Well, no professional windsurfing circuit that I know of, so.
Yeah.
So I guess soccer certainly made sense. You came to Orlando, you played high school, and caught the attention of Clay Roberts at Southeastern University. And tell us about getting recruited by Coach Clay and playing for Coach Clay for 4 years at Southeastern.
So actually, Coach Clay came in after my freshman season.
Oh, okay.
So I was recruited by a coach that was there before,
That's
Coach
right.
Drew Stacy, and because I came in late to the States, I didn't really get an opportunity to play on a club team or anything, but Southeastern offered a nice, some preview days and a soccer tryout that was for free, so I thought it was a great chance for me to come and try out, and I really enjoyed the school and enjoyed the people there, so it was great that I got the opportunity to come there and play.
And it was a mutually beneficial relationship, to be sure. I think you played something like 65 or so games.
Yes.
And had 24 goals, so you were a pretty prolific scorer, something you were used to. And give us an idea of kind of your philosophy, if you will. You're often either a midfield or a back, left back, I think. But give us an idea from your perspective how you kind of approach the game and what things you like to do out there on the pitch.
Yeah, so for me, I like to keep the game simple. I enjoy keeping possession and moving the ball from side to side, and being able to go into the second third of the field and the final third and keeping possession and moving the ball around. And my goal when I'm left back is to pretty much be an option on the wide winger when Victor likes to cut in. So whenever he cuts in, I try being an option for him. And we pretty much had the same system in college that Coach Clay would like to play. We would have certain patterns that we can run, and it gives you an opportunity to know what your teammates are going to do, and it gives you a chance to play off of that. So it creates a lot of chances, and it's fun to play when you have the ball a lot. So,
and no doubt about that. Now, you and Victor have played together now for a couple of seasons. Are you getting to the point where you're really comfortable with him and kind of can anticipate what he's going to do and where you need to be? Is that relationship kind of at that point?
Yeah. With us on the left side is Victor. Corey plays left attacking mid, and then Pedro also as defensive mid. I play with Pedro and Corey in college, and we pretty much played those same three positions. So I've played with them for 4 or 5 plus years now.
Right.
And Victor is good. It's Victor, so he's very good. So he makes it a lot easier on us, and we communicate well, so we understand what we're trying to do. And I'm just there as an option for him. He likes to cut in and shoot with his right foot. He's good on his left too. So whenever he makes a decision, I just try to be there and be an option for if he comes to me or not. So,
for 4 years of college ball at Southeastern, what did you learn about yourself maybe as a soccer player in those 4 years? I mean, you grew up around the sport, so you were kind of indoctrinated in it, but I'm sure like most players and most athletes, you're still learning all the time. What did you learn at Southeastern, and especially with Coach Clay, that you didn't know about yourself maybe before you got here?
So I learned a lot about philosophy of a game, of how I would want to become a coach, because that's something I want to do. So playing there at Southeastern under Coach Clay for 3 years, he really showed me a different tactic, of different way of playing, and different way of running training sessions and those things. And I really enjoyed the style of play of keeping possessions, using your left back and right backs to run down the line and cross and involve in the attack, and a lot of running for the left back and right backs, but it creates a lot of confusion for the other team. And once you figure out, once you know with your teammates, what we're all trying to do collectively as a team, it makes it a lot easier and makes the game flow very nice. So I enjoyed that.
I'm sure most players would tell you they do lots of running in soccer, which they do, but left back is a position that seems like it's got maybe more running involved than a lot of positions on the field. Tell us how you worked out this summer at staying in shape and staying fit during all this COVID pandemic, because that's probably the biggest challenge that most players had, Tropics or otherwise, in the last 5 or 6 months. And tell us what your routine was and how you tried to go about doing that.
Yeah, so I would normally, I haven't done it consistently, I would say, throughout the summer, but normally on a day that I work out, I would wake up in the morning, go for a run around my neighborhood, maybe do some ball mastery drill and get touches on the ball and those things. But, at the end of the day, I think it's hard to stay in game shape.
Of course,
you can run as much as you want outside, but when you get on that field and actually play, it's a lot different. So, I think for us as a team, we're still, we're not close to where we can be as for game shape. So, every week we take the opportunity to practice and, keep pushing ourselves to get in better shape so that we can perform for a longer consistency of time.
Fans of the indoor side might recognize Gerritson as well. I think you've played about 8 games for the Tropics indoors. Yes. In the last couple of seasons. Tell us how you've enjoyed that and how you find it to be compared to the outdoor game.
Yeah, it's a lot different when it comes to the type of game that you're playing. It's a lot quicker, and it's a lot of you get a minute to a minute and 15-second shifts. So you got to go in, run, and then you get off again. So it's very fun. I enjoy it, but this last year we had practices in Orlando, so it made it a little bit hard for me to be consistently at the practices. So hopefully this year I would have the opportunity to be more consistent when it comes to practicing, and that way I would be able to get an opportunity to get on the field also.
Right. Well, certainly may help the indoor side. You never know. Of course, we're a few months away from that. No news on that particularly, other than the Tropics will play a 5th season at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, and anticipating maybe a mid or late January start, or maybe even February, but play they will, and that will be exciting as always. But for now, this team will look for its 20th consecutive win in the UPSL. They will do it this Saturday. It is a 7 o'clock kickoff, not 6 as the Sunday kickoffs are. 7 o'clock start at Lake Myrtle Sports Complex. That is in Auburndale, right off Berkeley Road there. And the admission is $10 if you're a single driver in the car. And for a whole carload, it's just $20. So pack up the van, pack up the family sedan, and come on out. We had a nice turnout for the opener this past Sunday, despite the threatening weather. And the forecast for this Saturday, as we tape this at least, is for a very lovely evening. So it'll be a great night to come out and enjoy not only local soccer, but 2 local soccer clubs getting the chance to play each other for the first time in what we think will become a very fun rivalry game between the Tropics and Winter Haven United. Again, 7 o'clock kickoff at Lake Myrtle. If you can't get to the game will be streamed live on the Tropics YouTube channel. So make sure, if you haven't already, to find that on YouTube and subscribe, and you can watch all the action live all season long during the UPSL campaign. Gerritson, thank you so much for joining us this week on Tropics Weekly. We hope to see you out at Auburndale Lake Myrtle Sports Complex this Saturday, 7 o'clock. Until next week, have a great week, everybody.